Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alabama Reloader here. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not in the building out there at the reloading bench. We're at the kitchen island. So today's video is going to be a little lengthy just because we're going through this process, and you know, just like Panola Productions, they have their massive production staff, as do I, which is no one. So therefore, I just video all this stuff on my cell phone and then upload it on YouTube. So that's what we're going to do here. Basically, what we're looking at is, what do you do? You know, we had some success when we went hog hunting with those guys from Panola Productions. And so what do you do with it after, you know, after you're lucky enough to kill a hog? Then what do you do? My dad ran it to the processor. I got some sausage back, so I'm gonna show you guys a super easy dish to make with sausage. I mean, you can use regular sausage or whatever, but you know, it's always nice when you use what you kill. So pretty much the way I make it, you're just gonna need a couple packs of sausage. So the recipe calls for like a pound, so just whatever, a pound of sausage. This is more than that. That's just how I like it. So, and then you're gonna need a couple of packs of crescent rolls. These are the reduced fat for all of you Weight Watchers people. Try to be point conscious as much as possible. So you're gonna need 2 packs of those. Then you're gonna need an 8-ounce pack of cream cheese. So you'll need that as well. And that's it. It's 3 ingredients: sausage, cream cheese, crescent rolls. Guys, it's super easy. You'll need a baking dish. This guy right here. I've already sprayed it with some non-stick cooking oil. So you want to have your oven set to 350. And basically, to get started, got to get the sausage browning. That's probably what's going to take the longest out of this whole process, but we'll get that down in the pan here. So this is a dish me and my wife, we came across it. We were out at a friend's, her family's lake house back during this summer, and her mother made this dish, and it was just, man, we couldn't quit eating it. It was dynamite. It was so good. And she explained it to us how she made it, and I'm like, there's literally 3 ingredients in this dish. How can it be so good? So, but she sent us the recipe, and we made it with regular sausage, you know, just store-bought stuff. And I mean, it's good. It is really, really good. It's super easy. Anyone can make it. So I did that, and then made it again after I got the hog back, after I got the meat back from the 2 hogs we shot. Made it again using that sausage, and it's just, man, it's a good recipe. Easy to follow, you know, anybody should be able to do it. But yep, getting after it today. I got to run into the office for a change. I got to head into. I had some issues with my laptop, so you know, they try to give you a workaround remotely, and it doesn't work. So then you got to actually go into the office, and that's always fun. But before I do that, thought I'd show you guys, so far what I've come across is one of the best dishes using sausage. So I know you know what I used to do anyway. I just take sausage, make patties out of it, you know, turn it into just some breakfast sausage, which is what this is from the processor, just regular breakfast sausage. Just make patties out of it, eat it on a biscuit, and call it a day. But this is going to be something you guys can do super easy. So now that you got your sausage down in the pan browning, I'm trying to go back and forth because I've actually got you guys in a paper towel holder right now. So I'm just trying to make sure I get everything for the most part on camera. You're going to take 1 pack of your crescent rolls here. You're going to open it up. There we go. Wait for it to explode on you. Get these guys out. And you're going to want to keep them in a sheet. So you just take them, unroll them. This is going to make the base of the dish. So you're just going to lay this in the glass dish, or you can use whatever those aluminum little disposable dish deals or whatever. That's what we made it in the first time. So you can make it in that. You don't necessarily have to form it to the dish, but makes it a little bit better in my opinion, because pretty much what you're going to do, you're going to have this, we're going to throw this in the oven for a few minutes, kind of let it start to brown up, and then once we get the sausage and the cream cheese mixture done, we'll mix all that together. We're going to pull this out of the oven, we're going to put the mixture onto here, spread it out, and then we're going to throw the other layer of crescent rolls right here. We're going to throw that layer on top, throw it back in the oven, let it bake till it browns, and then that's it. Guys, it's super easy. But I've already had the oven preheated to 350. So we're just going to throw that in there. Make sure you got your coffee going while you're doing this. I mean, you can't go wrong with coffee, so got to have your go-go juice in the morning. Just trying to get this stuff to brown up here. We got Tucker running around, being a heathen. We're transitioning him to become more of an outside dog. He's my wife's idea to begin with. Back when all the coronavirus and mass shutdown started back in mid-March, she's like, man, it'd be nice if we had a dog because no one's going back to work for, the foreseeable future, so we'd have time to train it. I mean, we could do everything the right way, right? Get them in the house, we potty train them, spend all our time with them, make sure they're good to go. And after about 4 or 5 days of me telling her no every day, I finally gave in. She was pretty persistent, and so she got a dog. And now it's so funny. She'll come home. I'll let him in during the day just because I'm in here teleworking, so I'll let him in to hang out with me. And then she'll come home. She's like, man, it smells like dog in here. I was like, yeah, it smells like the dog that you wanted. Remember? Your dog. I tried to tell you no, but she was adamant about it. So yeah, we've got and it doesn't take long on those crescent rolls. Maybe at 350, maybe 7-8 minutes, something to that effect. But you throw that in there, it kind of gives you time to brown up your sausage, and then once you brown it up, you're going to want to drain it. Drain the sausage, and then add it into any bowl or container, depending on how much sausage you have. Obviously, I'll determine the size of the bowl you need. And if you like more cream cheese, hey, by all means, add more. It's just, the recipe calls for 8 ounces. I think it's like a pound of sausage and 8 ounces of cream cheese, which is really convenient because that's what this container is. It's exactly 8 ounces. So you can buy like a container of this is the reduced, third less fat cream cheese. So I've been doing Weight Watchers now for a little while. Me and the wife, she was more hardcore about losing weight for the wedding than I was. But I definitely, had some pounds to lose. And we got married back in June. And she started kind of on the exercise and diet routine maybe as early as January, possibly January, February. And she dragged me kicking and screaming. Pretty funny. I was just, man, I did not want to go back down that path of watching what I eat. You know, it's just not that fun. And but we did. You know, she was excited about it. You know, wanting to lose some weight for the wedding, and so I was like, well, yeah, it'd be good for us to both jump in on it eventually. You know, I went kicking and screaming. I'm not gonna lie. I just did not want to do it, but ended up doing it. Dropped quite a bit of weight. I think January, February time frame, I was almost 250. I was in the upper 240s. And then on the wedding day, I think I weighed in at 211. So, you know, a decent amount of weight, you know, almost 40 pounds, you know, over 35 pounds lost for the wedding. So that was pretty cool. And then not long before the wedding, we, maybe a couple weeks before the wedding, she actually, she had been using Weight Watchers, and I didn't. all I did was adjust. I adjusted what I ate. I ate a little bit more than what she did. So really, I was just kind of mirroring her approach and her diet and the foods she was eating. So I was just eating the same things, just a little bit more of them, you know, and having some good success. But then I was like, well, it'd be nice if I could track all my stuff, and you know, it'd just be easier for me. I'm one of those types of people. I just need to see it in numbers and data and track everything. It just makes it a lot easier. So I joined the Weight Watchers thing too, and so that's been fairly easy. You know, they have a smartphone app, so it's really easy to pull up, scan the barcode on the package of food or whatever, and then figure out how many points it's gonna be. So that's been a pretty easy transition. And then now, today I'm down to 196. So, you know, I've lost 50 pounds, roughly 50 or 50 plus pounds, since, January, February. So it's been a good deal. I mean, I feel a whole lot better. Before, you know, I was traveling so much for work, before the coronavirus, traveling so much for work, eating out, you know, eating hotel food, eating airport food. I just felt pretty bad. Didn't have time to really do much of anything workout wise. There we go, browning up good now. But with this plan, it's easier to track the food. Just again, smartphone app, scan the stuff, and then be done. Alrighty. Alright, so our crescent rolls are looking like they're coming along good. So what you want to do once you have your sausage browned, make sure you guys are watching that. You're just going to want to drain it, and you know, just any type of device to drain the sausage is adequate. Just want to get it all in there, get the stuff drained. I mean, it doesn't even, you know, it's not like mission critical either. You don't have to just sit there and agonize over, you know, oh my goodness, did every little ounce of fat get out of there? You know, I just kind of run it around a minute, and then that's it. That's really all you do there on the meat. And then take your cream cheese, open that stuff up. Let's see what kind of, we got the old child-proof container, lovely. So get the little wrapper there. All right, so you're just gonna take all your cream cheese, throw it into a bowl. That's like the magic stuff right there. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, knocked over my crescent rolls. And then the only thing is just trying to hold this guy while you get everything in there without spilling it. See if we can not make too big of a mess. There we go. Look at that. Didn't make that big of a mess. Alrighty. So now the fun part. Now you just got to mix everything up. Meat and the cream cheese. You just want to try to get everything to an even consistency. This is the filling, you know, or whatever. And if you, I don't know what you want to call this dish. It's not really a casserole, I don't think, but whatever. Whatever it is, I don't know. We just call it the really good sausage dish. And I think the way we figured it up, using the Weight Watchers app and points and scanning packages and stuff, the dish that we have, the size of the pieces that we end up cutting it into, I think these are like 6 points per piece, but we have to cut them into like 30 pieces. So the pieces aren't that large. Normally I'll eat a couple in the morning for breakfast. You know, it definitely doesn't fill me up. I'm not going to pretend that it does. I'd eat the whole pan if I could. But that's what got me up to 250 in the first place, was eating a whole pan of stuff. So I don't really need to go back down that road. And packing on the pounds. Plus we got hunting season right around the corner. Can't be packing on the pounds and then, you know, trekking through the woods and all that. Alright, so alright guys, so we got this. It's starting to brown up. That's really all you need to look for when you're doing that. There we go. And then I'll show you guys after I pour it in there. But you're just gonna dump your mixture onto the dish here. Make sure you get it all out of there. You don't want to leave any of that good stuff. And then you just smooth it out. Super simple. Smooth it out somewhat evenly. Again, not that big of a deal. I mean, if you're really adamant about, you know, point totals and all that stuff, like if you are, for instance, on Weight Watchers and everything, then yeah, you may obsess over this a little bit more than us. We just kind of like wing it and like, yeah, kind of, yep, close enough. Alrighty, let me show you guys what that looks like. So there you go. You're just going to spread it out over that crescent roll. Once you do that, you take your other crescent roll, open her up here. Booyah. Get the thing to explode. There we go. And then same deal, you're just going to unroll it. Trying to keep it in one sheet as much as possible. These things, you know, once you leave it sitting out at room temperature for a little bit, they do kind of, they don't hold together as well. So that's one thing. If you're making it, you may want to leave the second crescent roll in the fridge until you need it. I mean, it's, you know, it's only a few minutes, but that's what she looks like. once you get it on there, then you just throw it back in the oven. All right, throw that in the oven. Let's see, for I think it's about 7 or 8 minutes. Same deal. Just let the top crescent roll brown up. And once it does that, you're good to go. I gotta get a cup of coffee. What's going on, Tucker? What are you doing? Huh? I gotta get a cup of coffee. I need some wake up juice. Let's see. But yeah, this recipe right here. I mean, and we've made it for other people, and they've even reached out to us and asked for the recipe. I mean, it's so unbelievably easy and simple, and it makes a ton of food. That's the thing. I mean, it's perfect for like a family get together or something, or a breakfast for dinner type deal, or just breakfast for breakfast. It's a perfect. Get you guys out of. There you go. That's where you guys were hiding out. The paper towel holder on the Hornady manual. Hey Tucker, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? You got your indestructible frog? That's all that's left of his frog. He's a good boy. Yeah. But yeah, I let him. My wife doesn't really want him in the house at all. I know, it's sad, isn't it? We got him a wireless fence. She's wanting him to be an outside dog completely, but you can see when she's gone to work and Dad's at home. So yeah, we don't really follow those rules. But yeah, so it's a super simple dish. It makes a lot of food. Just so easy to. I gotta put the paper towel holder back up. There we go. And then one thing, while I got you guys sitting here waiting. Hey, you definitely can't be up here on the island. Now you know that. You better get down. We will get in trouble. So something really cool. As of yesterday, picked up a pretty sweet rifle. I got a Steyr, I think that's how you pronounce it, Steyr Arms Pro Hunter stainless and 270 Winchester. So I've never owned a 270 Winchester. I traded for the rifle. It was, hey, quit. Getting all worked up now. He's wanting to play and run around. Pretty sweet setup. It's got a Leupold scope on it. I'm looking forward to loading for it. And I went ahead, picked up some Hornady 150 grain SSTs. So should be a pretty good round. I think that was the heaviest offering from Hornady. I mean, you flip the page and you're at the short magnum. So yeah, so this is, I believe this is their heaviest offering for the 270 Winchester. So we went with it. I didn't even know they made a 145 ELDX. I had no idea. Might have went with that one instead, but we went with the 150, and I think it'll do good. Hopefully we can get on paper, get some decent velocity numbers, or get some decent groups. It's same thing. It's not going to be a target, quote, target rifle. It's not meant to shoot. It's not going to go shoot PRS matches. This is just like the Remington 700 that I have that's chambered in 308. It's literally take it into the woods, pull the trigger one time, load the deer up in the truck, come home. So that's kind of what I have to gear my load development around, is that thought process of MOA is perfectly acceptable in my use case, right? So it's not that deep. We're gonna go for a decent round, pushing decent velocities. I'm thinking we're gonna start with H40 350. There we go. Adjust the phone here. I've got several pounds of that stuff. I think I've got about 20 pounds of it, and so we've got plenty to use between that and the 6.5 Creedmoor. Those are basically the two rounds that I use it in. I have tried it a little bit in 338, and it shot really well with the 250 grain Sierra Game Kings, but we're going to use it here with the 270 Winchester. So we'll start with that powder, and max is 52.3. We'll probably start maybe around 50 and a half, something like that. We'll start, more toward the top end of what they show on their charge weights, but pretty good numbers. There's your information there, your overall length, your ballistic coefficient. Sectional density is pretty good at 279. That's a pretty good deal there. I mean, it's one of those things. Let me see if I can, hold on 2 seconds. See if I can find it. Stay with me. Don't hit pause. So, if you want to compare it, here's the 308 Winchester. Here's their 150 grain, 155 grain bullet selection. So your sectional density is 226, right? So for like 150 grain SST and 308, you're losing some of that. Now, again, you have to remember, all this is relative, okay? This is if everything was identical in terms of bullet construction, everything, all things being equal, your sectional density will determine penetration, your bullet's ability to penetrate something, okay? Essentially is what that boils down to. And the higher the number, the better you are. So, we're definitely not going to get into a debate of 308 versus 270 versus 30-06 versus Remington core locks, because God, if I hear that, whatever. But I think that's a pretty good. That's why you'll see a lot of people shooting heavier bullets in 308. Your 165s. That's when your sectional density starts to creep up there at really good levels, and then of course higher than that. So, but that's where it's at on the 270. So pretty good stuff. We'll see how it works out. I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty excited about it. It's got, it's just got a super smooth trigger on it. Trigger pull's great. It's really good stuff. Oh yeah, and also I finally found my notes. I'll mention this hopefully on my next video when I get some more results. Get to the range, get some more results. I shot a couple of groups with these guys right here, the Barnes 280 grain. I think it's the long range, whatever, LRX or something that they make for the 338. Well, I didn't have this load data with me. I thought I'd saved it in my phone. I got out to the range, I started shooting, and I shot a really good group with, that's 84.7 grains right there in the middle. So I shot a really good group. Like it was over half-inch group, but still it was close. It was like 0.6 or something like that. It's a good group for me, okay? It's not, shout out to Eric Cortina, who follows me now and comments on some of my stuff. I think the last video he posted, or one of the videos he was talking, I think the last one he just posted about common sense reloading. He doesn't even talk about groups unless they're quarter minute of angle or quarter inch groups, at 100 yards I don't have the desire. Those are nice. I don't want to say I don't have the desire to achieve those, but that's not my end use, I guess, for what I do. Just over a half-inch is more than acceptable. So really good performance there. But the problem was, I'm like, crap, I can't remember what those charge weights were. And so I just stopped shooting because I was going to come back and actually break down the remaining loads, pull them apart, figure out what was inside of them. Luckily, digging through my manual here, I had written it down. Whenever I loaded it up, I'd written it down, but just forgot. I always put everything in my phone, and apparently I just forgot to do that one time. So now I can go back, shoot those with confidence, and be good to go. So there we go. Over here, you guys can't see that well. Yeah, we still like a little bit. So should be pretty good, just in time for deer season too. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm gonna try to get I got the 308, shooting halfway decent. That noise you hear in the background is Tucker chewing on the fireplace. Yeah, it's like nails on chalkboard. But I got a halfway decent shooting load for the 308. I would like to, you know, in a perfect world, take a deer with each of the rifles this year, minus the 338. I just don't, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd like to see the performance, but that would be more of a long range, you know, further distance attempt. So, you know, between the Creedmoor and the Grendel, the 308 and the 270, I think, you know, if we were able to take a deer, you know, with each of those rifles, that's a pretty good season if you ask me. We were fortunate last year to take two, me and my wife both. I got one, she got one, with the 6.5 Grendel, 120 grain Spirit Gold Dots, performed, I mean, excellent. I just couldn't be happier with the way those those bullets performed. So this year we'll be, let's see, we've got some Hornady, those 160 round nose. We've got those loaded up in the Creedmoor. I'm also going to start loading those in the 6.5 Grendel. That velocity is going to be way down, but we're going to load those up using Vitavori N540, I believe it is. They have load data for the Lapua 155 grain projectiles and 6.5 Grendel. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. So we're going to be using the 160s instead of the 155s, and we're just going to load it up and see how it shoots. And if it shoots like garbage, we'll switch back to, I think I've had good luck. I'd like to try a different hunting bullet. The 120s worked really well. Maybe the 123 SSTs or the 129s. May do that in the Grendel. And then of course these, if we, you know, hopefully we can get these 150s to shoot really well. That'll be our 270 load. And then in that 308, we've got the 170 grain Spear flat point. Yeah, sort of flat. It's a 30-30 projectile is what it was made for. But they're shooting really well. We'll see how they perform. Hopefully we can get on a deer, you know, with each of the rifles and go from there. We're kind of dwindling down in the meat department in the freezer, so we need to get some more deer meat. I think we're out of ground deer meat completely. We've got a couple of back straps left and a couple of tenderloins. That's it. So we're struggling. We are struggling. We need bow season to hurry up and get here, which it opens this year. I think it's October 1st in Alabama in certain places. I think that's right. I believe it opens up 2 weeks earlier than what it always has in the past. Oh, man, that's some good coffee. Yeah, I picked up 9/11 Memorial mug. Well, I was on a trip up to New York back in mid-January. Pre-COVID. Oh, she's done. She is done. All right. Alrighty. Yes, sir. Look at that. That's all she wrote right there. It's really, it's just that simple, guys. That's all y'all need to do. Let me see, let me get a plate here. Let's turn off our, there we go. Turn off our oven. And I know from cutting these on the last go around, so that's about the size. I mean, it ain't big at all. Oh, I'm gonna mess it up using this little spatula. Wonder if I can grab a fork and work those out of there easier so you guys can see, so I don't tear it up completely. But yeah, I mean, just trying to be somewhat point conscious. Oh, son, look at that. Yeah, buddy. Just trying to be somewhat point conscious and stick to the Weight Watchers thing. You know, it's definitely not easy, because all I want to do is eat this whole pan of stuff right now. All right, there you go, guys. That is the Alabama Reloader version of super easy, simple sausage breakfast thingamajig, whatever you want to call it. But there you go, 3 ingredients, doesn't take long. I mean, this video is 37 minutes. You know, it wouldn't take you as long if, I'm sitting here trying to film it and show you guys. You can knock this thing out real quick. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We got more videos coming up. Got to get out to the range. Still have a ton of crap we got to shoot. Now we got to load for the 270, get it up and running, and we'll go from there. So, all right, we'll catch you guys next time. Y'all have a good one.